I have a lot of positive things to say about the Infinix Zero 35G. I am stating this at the very onset of this review so as to invite you to see my point of view, in spite of whatever thoughts and biases you may harbor. It's always funny to hear people say they will never buy an Infinix phone, yet they've never used their latest, well-built and incredibly looking devices. I think such arguments stem from bias and lack of knowledge. A little interaction here and there will probably change such people's minds. The Infinix Zero 35G is Infinix's best device to date. It's not only their flagship for this year, but also, I'm willing to say this confidently, a true flagship killer in a time where most devices offer almost the same experience, guarantee, and build quality. This is a phone that ticks all the boxes for me on what should make a phone really good, on what should make a phone a daily driver, and it's just four simple things. 1. A phone should look and feel great. 2. A phone should have a great display. 3. A phone should have very good performance for the things I do, which for me includes social media, shooting of photos, videos, web browsing, and entertainment in some forms of music and videos, mostly from YouTube. And 4. A phone should have great battery life and decent fast charging. I think we are at a point in time where very little separates slab mid-ranges and flagship slab phones. We've reached a point where you can clearly see more value from an affordable device rather than a $1,000 flagship, especially if you're trying to save as much as possible. And I believe in that conversation of what should be a good alternative to expensive high-end phones, Infinix has carved out for themselves a slot. They're demanding to be seen and talked of and appreciated, and they deserve it. The Infinix Zero 30 ticks my 4 boxes above, and I'm sure you can tell so just from looking at the specs of the device without even using the device. You can tell from the processor, the fast RAM and the fast storage combination that you'll be able to run pretty much any apps smoothly. Perhaps only very heavy gamers will have stutters here and there, but for everyone else like myself who never bothers with games, you'll be more than fine. Not only will you be more than fine, you will also pretty much want to flaunt and show off this device. It looks good, it feels good, it stands out with its curved display, with its very slim profile, with its amazing leather-like green finish at the back that resists dust and fingerprints. I've not used a case on this phone even once, and I don't think, if you're careful enough that is, there's a need to hide this amazing build. Infinix has also this time round made 𝐭𝐿, their skin on top of Android, much lighter, a little more intuitive, and good looking. I'm glad we're moving away from those days when 𝐭𝐿 was hideous. I hope we get to a clean look someday. There's still significant bloatware though. For some people, stuff like an assistant with ChatGPT feature sounds amazing, but for me it should not be default, it should be optional and not baked into the system. I also don't think there's a way to protect that amazing display, since applying glass protectors to curved displays must be quite the task right now. Thankfully, Infinix has made this glass quite scratch resistant. This is not to say that you won't crack it or break it, just handle your phone very carefully. In both outdoors and indoor scenarios, you'll be able to view content without any issues as the screen gets plenty bright and plenty dim. The light sensor has been pretty accurate for me, and there's no time where I felt like it became too bright when I needed it to be dimmer or too dim when I needed it to be brighter. Watching content on the device has been a joy, and this for me, this display is a major reason to want to keep using this phone. I just love how this feels compared to slab, rectangular and sharp corner devices that are the flagship norm currently. Most expensive flagships have those sharp corners and boring designs. They also never bother to ensure you can quickly top up your phone. Honestly, this is a conversation I hope more customers raise. In 2023, battery tech has gotten to a level where you can be guaranteed over 1600 cycles without significant degradation of the battery. And this is through fast charging. So there's no excuse not to support decent or even crazy fast charging. And I'm glad Infinix is not about that life. This phone charges fast, and as usual, the charger is included in the box. How I wish they supported wireless charging like on the Note 30 series, which even included a wireless charger for free in the box. How many companies can boast of offering such inclusions? With moderate to heavy use, I believe you'll get around a full day of use. Infinix Zero 30 Pro review, and here's everything you should expect if you're And here's everything you should expect if you're looking to buy. Okay, so this is shot using the Infinix Zero 30, and in this segment, you're going to discuss a couple of the things that, like I said, make this a good flagship killer. Let me just get that article. Battery life and fast charging, and you get all those accessories in the box. It offers that. I think the only thing that will make this phone not very flagship in some, like I said in my first impressions short video, this phone features a brilliant camera setup. For me, it's the first phone I've used that shoots 4K 60fps with both the front and the back camera. Though from my experience, as impressive as that is and as good as that sounds, you'll most likely be shooting at 1080p if you want your footage super steady and super easy to work with if you're exporting it to other platforms. The phone takes pretty good photos, and for the first time on an Infinix device, I'm convinced to try out portrait mode on a device that's not a Samsung or an iPhone. Infinix color science is true to life, and the processing understands different lighting conditions pretty well to ensure it captures wide dynamic range. This allows harsh light to still look good while not killing the shadows. You can comment down below on what you think of the photos and videos I've shared in this video. Finally, there are a couple of things I think Infinix should work on. 1. Continue to reduce on bloatware. Allow more of these apps to be uninstallable so that I can remove what I don't want. Make them optional at the beginning of your setup so that a customer chooses what they want to use and what they don't want to use. 2. Give users the choice for things on the shelf on the homepage. I prefer having the Google Assistant on the homepage so that I just swipe to the left and access my Google cards. Let people choose the options. Let people choose to have what they want and what they don't want. 3. Make more noise about the devices that you're selling in Kenya or around the market. For example, Infinix offers up to 0% deposits for most of their devices, and people don't know about this. So these financing options should be made. People should be made aware of these financing options. This is a great phone. If you can, go and get it. If you cannot, find someone or somewhere where it's available and test it out. I think that way you'll get to understand just how different Infinix is right now and what sort of design language they're going with. Let me know your thoughts down below, and remember to subscribe. That's it for the review. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.